Hey everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin. There's been some struggles over here. It's been real. Somewhere east of me, facing true struggle in America's Midwest, whether it be personal illness or technology, is Tegan Somerset. Tegan.
Hi guys.
Are you surviving, Tegan?
Yeah, everything is a wreck. It's a good time. My computer started blue screening this morning. I'm on a different computer. I'm in a different look. I'm in my kitchen instead of where I usually record. I'm surrounded by cats. It's a time. It's a time.
Facing, at least to my knowledge, considerably less struggle. Somewhere to the west of the heart of Texas, Rocky Hardy.
Hey, what up, guys?
What's going on, sir?
You know, like, it's pretty cool, man. I've been, I'm catching up on a couple of things, because holiday season was a little hectic, and I missed some of the season finales for a couple of things, or mid-season finales, I guess. Yeah. And, you know, I have been working my way through Superstore, and a new Good Place came out this week, and that was bananas, man. And, I'm Brian Cartwright.
The only thing holding this show together, Brian Cartwright.
I feel that is inaccurate. I guess this is actually our first real time back in the trenches, because, like, last week our format was kind of, you know, weird, because we talked about what we wanted from 2018. And in our, like, kind of, like, post-show debrief, kind of looking at some of the stuff from the show, we're like, gosh, we sure do want a lot from Nintendo. Like, 20 minutes worth.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Rocky, was there anybody remotely close to Nintendo for, like, how long our wish list was?
Yes. Okay, so we cared about Western publishers about as much. Nintendo was like an 18-minute segment. Western publishers was 16, and I believe Japanese publishers was 14 minutes. But, like, it's Nintendo versus all the Western publishers, so maybe that's not an equivalent.
Yeah.
But there's some things we wanted from Nintendo.
I do have to make a correction from last week. I said that Natsume was doing beautifully, sweetie. I really mean Marvelous Entertainment and Xseed Games.
Right, because they spun off of Natsume. I don't know why I didn't say anything about that.
Okay. Natsume is responsible for publishing all those fucking River City Ransom games. So at this point, all we have is complaints with Natsume, so we're coming for you.
We're coming for you, too.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm sorry, I was sick.
Wow.
My goal is to never be sick again.
It's a good goal. Gotta have goals.
We gotta snort that emergency C, Tegan.
I have okay, we started selling emergency C at my work. And, like, my big office, somebody's selling them for 75 cents a pack.
All right.
I bought one and it's sitting on my desk. Because I can't bring myself to drink it. I just I hate orange. I hate it.
Wait, what? You hate orange?
I hate oranges.
Why?
I don't like them.
Rocky
They're
dope.
furry on the inside.
Rocky
I don't like it.
Okay.
I like orange-colored foods, though, like Cheetos.
Wait, what?
Tegan, please.
Oh, Jesus. God damn it.
Oh, man.
I'm eating Cheetos right now for breakfast.
Instead of oranges. Okay, no, it's okay. I'm cool.
Right.
I'm sorry. That was a
Rocky
lot.
dope. Rocky dope.
Okay,
I don't like oranges. I don't like orange juice either. Fight me.
I mean, yeah, because it's literally squeezed oranges. Okay, no. Okay, so Brian, The Good Place came out this week, and it was dope. It was wild, man. Like, the demons, like, tore up, the good bad place. And apparently Sean figured out that the jig, or not the jig, but, like, he was there in the middle of the jig, and they had to play it off, and, like, Michael was mean to everyone, and he did the comedy roast, and apparently the comedy roast comes from the bad place, which, totally makes sense. Like, but, I'm glad that we managed to use it for good, like versus Justin Bieber and whatnot, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh my goodness. All right, Rocky, how immediately tempted were you to start rewatching the episode to find more of the clues that Michael left for them?
Okay, so that's the thing. I really hope there were only 4, but knowing Michael Schur, he probably did put more than 4 that we can perceive as humans or whatever. Oh man. But also Eleanor being the one to believe was a really refreshing change of pace. And God, when they roasted fucking Jason, and I was just sitting there, it's dang, they are just destroying this dude. And he when he answers the end of the knock knock joke because he didn't get it. Oh man. I think I saw another clue, but I could be imagining things. What was it?
In the lobby of Michael's office, there was a new painting up, which showed a interlocking chain with 6 pieces, which I think was supposed to represent
the 6 of them with Janet and Michael.
Yep.
Okay.
And so and that was just that was some first pass shit. And so I'm now I want to get back in there because I know how much Michael Schur absolutely delights in having the shit be there. It's just if you were just paying attention, you could have seen it. All the people in season 1 of the show who, if you go back and watch season 1, you can just see leering and taking pleasure in the 4 of them suffering.
Yeah,
you're oh, look at that guy just straight up grinning in the background. Damn, that was going on. How did people not notice that? I like that he just straight up low key buried information about the actual size of the fake good place in the episode. Mm-hmm. That we now know that it's about 1,000 square miles. They just threw that in there, and I was that
which
seems
is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I think it's a good piece of information, and it was obviously included for a reason. You're not just going to throw that in there for shits and giggles. Man. But something which didn't get point of fact answered, which I'm curious about, is who removed Janet's magnetic bracelets?
Oh, yeah. No. Wait, hold on. It would have been Derek, right?
Can Derek do that?
Theoretically, I think so. So, humans can't do it, which, rules out those 4, and Vicky didn't do it. But Derek isn't, he's definitely not, a separate construct, but he's a micro Janet with a fraction of her powers.
So wouldn't he be impacted by magnets the same way?
I think he would be dumbed down by magnets, which he kind of was just by standing next to her. But I feel as long as he wasn't given a really complex command, if it was something remove the bracelets, I think that's something he could have done, especially since they expect him to be able to drive the train, despite being fractioned by Janet being scrambled by the magnets in the first place.
I feel even if it is Derek that removed them, I think that there's some kind of essential piece. I feel that the fact that the actual discussion of the removal of the bracelets is kind of key because, as we were kind of getting our, kind of Ocean's 11 recap of how Michael was giving clues and how everything actually went down. The fact that that wasn't part of that felt like deliberate, pointed omission. Like, this is not here for a reason.
I get that.
Yeah, and we know that, like, after the experience of watching the show in the first season, basically you have to assume that nothing is what it seems, and that you're like, they might pull the rug out from underneath my ass at any given time.
Which they do a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, man. I mean, they essentially rebooted the fucking show that episode. Like, they're alone now in the ruins of the fake neighborhood. Just, whoa.
Yeah, how do they get out of this? This is going to be weird, because they need to find a way to get to, like, I guess the pocket, outside of this pocket universe, and, like, on a path to the good place.
Man.
Yeah.
The only thing, like, because, one of my pet theories was about Mindy St. Clair. But I feel like that theory has been effectively
debunked,
yeah.
I think it's going to have to do more with Janet's void. Because, like, I think one of the things that they confirmed in this episode is that the void isn't actually a place that's completely removed from the pocket universe. Like, it seems just like a parallel space. Because when, Magnet drunk Janet was, like, digging around the void for Derek, they did not see her, but they could hear her, like, moving around them. She was still, like, within the same area. So I feel like there's going to be, like, a section, like, post this mid-season finale where, like, the gang is, like, hiding in, like, Janet's void, like, provided that they can even go there. But, like, they have to do so in a way where they don't, where they're not noisy, where they're kind of stealth. Although, I don't know if, like, the demons can actually reach the void on their own without the help of a Janet. But if they have, like, a bad Janet around, then, like, they can probably do that. So, like, maybe it's not even, like, Janet materializing anywhere, but it's kind of like she's everywhere. And then she just pops up. She makes herself visible to whoever asks.
Every time you talk about the show, it just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe, Tegan. It's amazing.
Tegan, you gotta get on this train.
Every time I'm just like, I'm not sure what you guys are on. Okay. I'm glad you're having a good time, and I hope you're staying safe.
Oh, man. Oh, that reminds me. Brian, did you watch it, like, DVR'd, or did you watch it on a streaming service like Hulu?
I watched it on Hulu.
Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering if you had actually seen, like, the extended cut.
Yep.
One thing I was going to ask you about.
It was labeled as such. It was like, this episode, extended cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even want to see this normal cut. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just, so good. So good. If listeners can't tell from what they've heard so far, this show is way marked out for Michael Schur. Like, we're way on the Michael Schur train here.
I don't know who Michael Schur is.
He made Parks and Recreation. He is making Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and also this.
I haven't seen any of these shows.
They're all great. Highly recommend.
I mean, it sounds like it. I see a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like, gift sets that look funny. But, like, I don't have TV. Well, I mean, I own TVs. I just don't own, I don't cable, I don't Hulu.
So all of his shows are actually on Fox and NBC. Brooklyn Nine-Nine airs on Fox on Tuesdays, and The Good Place airs on NBC on Thursdays. And if you have Netflix, Parks and Recreation should also still be there.
I thought they took off the first couple seasons.
Oh, it's okay. First couple seasons are whack. Just start from season 3.
But the first season of Good Place is definitely on Netflix.
Gang.
Okay. So then I'll just be very behind instead of kind of behind.
It's okay. The first season, I don't think it was 20 episodes. Was it, Brian?
It was 13.
13. Yeah.
Yep.
So they did a half season their first year.
Yep. So, Rocky, what else is going on, man?
Man, I'm dealing with Bowser Jr. in Rabbids, and I'm at this point, like, I'm doing this weird double battle. Like, the first part is fine. Like, there's a bunch of those weird shield goons, and I can clear that in 2 turns with most of my cast. Like, I've actually rotated different people in and out. But, like, this mecha, like, Kid Bowser bullshit's really making me mad, because I'm not getting him to do the things that I want, because he has, like, that taunt ability where, like, if you shoot him, like, he runs over to you.
Yep.
And I can't figure out what the actual range on it is. So, like, I'm unsafe using my passive shots. Because if I shoot him, like, he's going to walk all the way across the stage, even if it's, like, 14 squares or whatever, just to hit me in the dome for, like, a 260 damage hammer. That's bullshit. Also, I realize now there's no armor upgrades in the game.
Nope.
Yeah, and that's bothering me a little bit right now. But I feel like if I can cheese him into hitting, like, the shield people, like, or if I'm, like, really careful, like, I can do it. It was one of the fights that I actually got frustrated with. And so, like, I've put it down for a little bit.
I think we told you, like, that game does not fuck around. When it decides, like, okay, it's time for this game to get hard.
Yeah, it gets hard. It gets hard real quick.
Yeah, it was like, like, but, you know, I cleared most of the worlds. I cleared Phantom, with some difficulty. Like, it took me a bit to realize that the only way to destroy the lights was to dash through them, but that's kind of what Rabbid Yoshi was for. Rabbid Luigi and, Rabbid Luigi, and Peach are some of my actual MVPs. Cause, like, that vamp dash is, like, OP. It's so wild. And, once I put Luigi on some high ground, like, I'm hitting, like, enemies for, like, 260, like, comfortably. And I fully upgraded his, like, passive shot. So he gets, like, 3 sniper shots if someone breathes wrong. So that's cool. And Peach's, like, shotgun combo with the, like, throwable supporter bomb is really nice, and her healing jump is really useful. Like, I'm having a lot of fun, like, messing around with these systems and finding these, like, quirky combinations. So I'm having a lot of fun with the game. I've been clearing challenges, like, with some difficulty to the point where, like, it feels good when I clear it, but nothing that really feels impossible. Like, usually I just gotta take a step back and, like, breathe for a bit. But then it's like, I got you. And, like, that's a good feeling to have. I really appreciate it.
One thing I really dig about that game is the fact that, like, it essentially gives you XP points, you know, that you can dump into the skill trees for dudes even when they're not in your party. So you don't find yourself, like, backed into a corner where you're like, oh, I can't ever rotate so-and-so in because I haven't been getting skill points for them. Which is a trap that you can definitely find in some RPGs or strategy battle games, but this game's like, that's not fun, so how about we just give you points for everybody when you're clearing battles, which is really good.
And I like that games are also, like, taking that position where it's just like, we have some stuff that, like, is growing or whatever, and games used to be, like, a certain way, but we figured this makes it more fun and, like, less work, and that's cool. I appreciate that.
So if you have cleared the Phantom world, then that means that you have at this point seen the opera sequence in this game.
Yeah, it's that's actually Phantom, which I'm actually a little upset because, like, you know, in the 4th dungeon or whatever, or the 4th stage, like, you're being led around by Bowser Jr. to get, like, all the wrong shit. And it's very clear that it's Bowser Jr. But, like, when he kept signing as Tom Fan, especially since I'm in, like, the spooky level, I really should have figured out that was just, like, Phantom, like, split and, like, reversed.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I sincerely did not figure that out. And I felt like a child when, like, they revealed that it was Phantom, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I just so much had wished that you had a chance to experience the opera sequence before we had done Game of the Year, because holy shit, talk about like all-time best diss track. Like,
they were really coming for Mario, and I was like,
oh man, like, with great joy in my heart every time I watch Mario Kart, you're first and doing so well, but here comes the spiny shell.
yeah, and it's just like, all right, dude.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like, I think that the best like lyric in it comes like near the end, where it's like, "It's a me, let's a go, the only words you know."
Yeah,
Man.
and I'm just like, dang, like English is probably second language or something. Like, chill out.
Man, I continue to just like love that game. Just Ubisoft did such a good job, absolutely such a good job, and for like the first Mario game developed by a third-party publisher outside of Japan, it's fucking fantastic. So good.
Real.
What else you been messing with, man?
I've been messing around with Puzzle Fighter. I'm climbing the ladder, and it feels good, dude. Like, my puzzle game is definitely like leveling up, and it's just fun to like play Puzzle Fighter again, I guess. And I've been experimenting with a different team, because like I've been running Ryu on point with Mega Man, X, and Chun-Li as like supports. So it's like a high damage team with like a moderate health base. So like I just need to set up my combos, and I can definitely like crush someone, but I don't get blown up in like 30 seconds the way that I was versus like golds and ultra silvers when I was pointing with Chun-Li. And the other team I'm experimenting with is like definitely a big body team. Like it's E Honda, Chuck Green, I think.
Okay.
And Servbot, because they're like a full yellow team, so I can get like that yellow level 3 boost. And I think I'm actually going to end up pointing with Chuck, because they all like have low damage except for Servbot. But like Chuck has like nearly a perfect health stat, and like E Honda literally does. But Chuck does a little bit more damage. And like he has a skill that like legitimately heals himself with like 4 blocks. So like his game is more of a stall game with like big hits. And I've been messing around with that. Like but like his gem to like actually deal damage is like, I believe it's a 3x4, which is annoying to like put together in like intense fights. But the fights last longer because I have a bunch of health and stuff. So it's definitely a trade. It's a strategic option, and I'm adjusting to it. But I really like the strategic differences. Like if the game is still very young, and there are like teams that are finding huge success by just being like all damage all the time. Like I can't tell you how many like full red teams that I've seen, like with Ken Bison Dante or Ken Bison Dan, that they're just trying to like bash you into the ground with as much damage as possible, but they have like very counterable gems. Like I believe like Bison's counter gem actually drops like 3 complete 2x2s, so you can just throw those right back at him if he doesn't throw like less than 20 gems at you at once. And like Dan's is all red, so like you can blow that up. Dante's is a little bit more obtuse, but he has very little health. So if you're like matching him combo for combo, you'll probably kill him first. And so like the game is like, you know, it's fast right now. It's really aggressive. And I want to like work on this like slower team to like see how to play them effectively, because I know there are teams that are going to keep trying to throw damage at me, and if I can sponge enough of it to like throw it all back at them, I'm interested in that strat. And so I'm playing around with that.
I think that like you know, the whole idea of like which Capcom is a good Capcom or bad Capcom, since this is like a online persistent, you know, multiplayer free to play game. The question of whether Puzzle Fighter is coming from like the good Capcom or the bad Capcom doesn't necessarily come with like knowing the game they release, but more how they manage it in the long term.
Right.
Yeah. Because like that, you know, what you're describing with like everybody just running like aggro with all red gems definitely sounds like what happens in games where the primary implementation of the game is on a phone, where people are like, oh, okay, I just want to win as fast as possible so that way I can finish as many games as possible on the subway before I get to work. And so you start to see like just aggro being the meta in so many games, you know, be it Clash of Clans or Hearthstone or whatever. And it's on the developer to make sure that there is stuff that throttles that. Yeah. So I guess we will stay tuned. Tegan, you dying over there?
Yeah.
Please
But
do
a
not
little
die.
slower than usual.
All the time. Yeah. We have a real bad cold snap right now. Over here on the East Coast, and the air is exceptionally dry, and so I have given myself asthma attacks by coughing outside twice now.
Oh no.
It's a good time. It's a real having lungs that aren't great at being lungs is like a good time. But I'm not dead yet. It's trying, but I'm not dead yet. My computer right now is dead.
What's going on with your computer?
Blue screened. I don't know what happened. I'm blaming Alex. I let him use it to play No Man's Sky and what's that? Ark, Survival Evolved. Both of which are absolutely ridiculous. But he's been downloading mods, and like I've never had problems with it, and now I'm having problems with it. So like, yeah. My first day of being like remotely healthy, Alex and I played Fire Emblem Warriors all day. That's the
Dynasty
Switch
Warriors
game.
Fire game.
Yeah, exactly. And we got pretty far. We got through the Nor and Hoshido split in the story, and like then maybe two levels further than that. But we're having a lot of fun. The fact that it's 2-player is pretty cool, and it is split screen 2-player, but like it's real easy for us to be like, okay, I'm running over here to do this. Oh, you're here. And like I play as Alex's favorite characters are Camilla and whoever the main character is. Like you get an option between a dude and a girl.
Right.
And I play mostly as like the adorable little sisters. So like Elise and Sakura and Lissa are my favorites.
Okay.
They're all so cute. I can't help it. I love them.
What about the Pegasus girls?
There's only one Pegasus girl that we can play as, and she's okay. But right now we're up against a lot of archers.
Ow.
Because like they kept the weapon triangle. So like whenever we're fighting Pegasus or like wyverns, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pull out Sakura, and Alex is like, okay, and then I go over and like one shot him.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Right. And then Elise like comes in, and her and Sakura, they have if you have two characters, like one character will support the other one, and then you can flip. So if there's a lot of like two kinds of the triangle on the field, you can kind of like flip them out and make yourself totally impenetrable, which is a lot of fun. The horse animations are an absolute joke though. And when Sakura and Elise team up, if Sakura's the primary, she'll like gather all the characters together and do like this big like arrow barrage, and then Elise levitates her horse above Sakura and, like, jumps around and does all these crazy spells on top of it. And I'm just like, not only are you doing all this crazy magic, you're also levitating your horse. It just looks ridiculous.
That's great. It's wacky enough.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're really enjoying it. And we're enjoying it so much that we've actually decided to cosplay some Fire Emblem characters this year.
Hey.
So, one of my friends cosplays as Lissa.
Mm-hmm.
And she's super cute, and I love it. So Alex decided he's going to cosplay Owain, which is her son. And then I'm going to cosplay Ophelia, which is his daughter.
Wait, Ophelia is Owain's daughter?
Yeah, Owain becomes Odin. Owain takes up, like, a new mantle, but they're the same character.
Okay. All right.
In the Fire Emblem universe, they're like, Owain decided to ditch his past and go with Odin because it's a more mystical name. And then he became a retainer for Leo.
Yeah, because, like, Owain, like...
Same dude.
He was, like, super goofy in, like, Awakening, and he was always, like... He was, like, one of those kids that, like, wanted to be in an anime. Like, you know, like, he named all of his attacks, even though he was still swinging his sword. He acted like he always talked about, like, the darkness was, like, overcoming him while he, like, had, like, the claw hand, like, reaching out and stuff. Like, it was, like... It's like, oh, hey, chill out, dude. And then, like, so, like, changing his name to, like, Odin because it sounds, like...
Sounds
edgier.
Cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cooler. Is, like, totally his vibe. That guy was ridiculous.
It's so funny, but yeah, that's basically what he did. It's so funny. I love it. But I'm gonna be Ophelia, which is his daughter. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's gonna cosplay Owain as Owain instead of Odin, so he doesn't have to wear the fishnet thing. But Ophelia basically wears a fishnet, like, leotard.
Yeah.
So, like, I have some New Year's goals. And unfortunately, they don't involve eating an entire bowl of Cheetos, which is all I've done today. So, you know. It'll be a good time. But we've also started Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. We met Aya. She is so badass. I love her. And Alex, like... He doesn't know a lot of, like, Egyptian history. And I, oddly enough, do know a bunch of Egyptian history. So I'm just like, ha, 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 ha. And he's like, I'm like, this is so cool because of this and this. And he's like, oh, shit, I didn't know that. But, like, we went to the Library of Alexandria and I died. I was like, that's so much knowledge. We lost so much information. We're such a terrible species.
Oh, no.
So oh man, so all right, so you've gotten to Alexandria. Oh man, God, I want to hear all about it because like this game is, as near as I can tell, just like so totally like your brand of vodka. Just like, tell me your observations. Dig in.
We have a lot of glitches.
Really?
Yeah, we're getting like people are holding on to reins, and then when we kill them, the reins stay up. We've had a horse walk just straight through a building. Just straight through a building, rider and all, just through one wall and out the other, like it was nothing. We haven't seen any flying boats, although I hear that's pretty common. We did see a flying alligator. Crocodile, whatever. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of interesting, like, little silly glitches. I don't know. It's definitely, like, a fun game, though.
So, like, the first town you run across after leaving Siwa, because there's a town you stop at on the way to Alexandria. Mm-hmm. There's, like, some cool quests that you pick up there. Because, like, I'm pretty sure that's the temple where, like, your cousin is like, hey, we need somebody to, help with the festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that might also be like one of the first quests that you pick up, or there is a quest you can pick up at that temple, which is like one of the first quests where you like hang out with kids for any kind of like considerable length of time.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yes, like Bayek plus kids is like
super cute.
Yes, like I didn't put it on here, but like one of the things that I've been doing this week has been like going through and like cleaning up side quests in an effort to like hit the level cap before the first of the expansions comes out. And I like came across this side quest where like this guy who was like a cartographer got hit in the head out in the desert, and he's like, someone hit me in the head and like took all my stuff. And then like I found that the people who hit him in the head were like these kids, and the kids are like, please help us, we're only hitting people in the head because the bandits are making us. And the reason that we're doing it is because they took Asta, and Asta protects us. And, you know, they say that they'll hurt Asta if, like, we don't
do what they say.
Right. And so, like, I go to the bandit camp to, like, fucking murder these bandits. And I work my way back, and I find out that Asta's a dog. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this game, the feels. And so, like, I lead this dog back to the kids, and, like, there's a scene where, like, the dog recognizes the kids and, like, runs up to them, and just, like...
They get all excited.
Oh, God, and every time that game, like, finds a reason for Bayek to interact with children, it just, like, fucking kills me.
Mm-hmm. You're just
so
like, please,
good. Yeah.
Can I have more of this?
Yep. He's such a well-written character. Man. I'm glad you're digging it. Like, I would say, like, do as much running around as possible. Go exploring. There's tons of shit to do. Like, there's a good bit in that game that, like, if you're like, I wonder what's over there, there's generally something over there.
That's exciting. I like that.
Yeah. I just recently found this, like, big, like, Roman legion, like, fortress, which is, like, built up in the mountains. And there's just fucking a zillion dudes in there. And I'm pretty close to the level cap at this point. The level cap is 40, and, like, I'm level 37, and I just went in there, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this! And I got straight up murdered. There's, like, so many level 40 guys in there. They just cleaned my clock. I'm like, I will do this shortly. I'll be back. And if you haven't, oh gosh, I guess coming up soon is an opportunity to do the Final Fantasy 15 tie-in quest, which I strongly recommend doing. It's real silly. It's real dumb.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, because they each game did like a tie-in thing with each other. Like, since Final Fantasy 15 has that, like, festival that they rotate what it's for, it has been, like, the Assassin's Creed festival for, like, the last 4 months. So you could go get, like, Noctis, like, an assassin's outfit. And,
oh my God.
Yeah. You could go get the boys their assassin's outfits.
The boys! Them boys! They're so good. Oh, God.
Like, so if you need Prompto dressed like he was an assassin, you can have it.
Yes, I do.
And so I'm like, all right, let me get this straight Assassin's Creed Origins. I can have Bayek running around the desert riding a fucking chocobo. And they're like, yes, you can. And it's not actually a chocobo because, like, this game has some measure of dignity. Instead, it is a fucking camel dressed as a chocobo.
Oh my God, that's
so
better.
Good. It's so good. But yes, I hope for updates. The game is fucking spectacular. So good. And yes, Aya is the best. Absolutely the best. Pro tip, if you don't know it, Bayek is either just gotten or about to get a haircut.
Oh, yeah, no, I got that.
yeah, you do have the ability in the menu to change his hair back to the better hair if you want to.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the head of hair, but not necessarily the facial hair.
Okay, all right.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, dig it.
But yeah,
God.
I love it. Alex is like, it's a girl? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, is that secret? Was that spoiler? Oh, no. I don't know. It was like the second thing that happened.
All right, which thing? What thing? I got confused there.
That the girl, like, who's channeling Bayek. The person who's channeling Bayek is a girl.
Oh, yeah, like...
Is that a spoiler?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Yeah, and also, I'm pretty sure, I mean, that game came out on October 27th. Come on, people. Like, come on. Come on. I'm straight pulling out of the drive-thru with one small black coffee. Come on, people. All right. So guys, I was up late last night. Because I was like, God damn it. Like, I got all these games I want to play right now. You know, I want to use Q1 at least until shit gets crazy. I want to try and, you know, bat some cleanup, play some stuff that I should have gotten further into. But I can't do any of that until I'm done testing for Seaman.
Oh my god.
And so last night, about 1:30 in the morning, tested my last for Seaman. I finished L.A. Noire last night about 1:30.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, how was that?
I really like it. Like, it's weird, man. There's nothing else out there like this ever since. Like, it's so fucking strange, because, like, I mean, the game was a huge hit, and I would have expected somebody to try and, like, riff on that. But nobody has. I mean, and maybe it's because, like, video games are, like, stupid expensive to make now at the AAA level. Nobody wants to be like, yeah, let's go make a giant, period-appropriate and accurate, sprawling, open-world game where the primary gameplay component is a fucking visual novel. But goddamn, if it isn't just, like, absolutely the coolest thing. Like, just wandering period accurate 1947 Los Angeles and, like, driving to an intersection and then being like, I wonder if this is what this intersection actually looked like in 1947. And then going and pulling up photos and being like, yep, it is.
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah. And just, like, tooling around and, like, doing all this fucking shit and investigating crime scenes. And then the interrogations, which totally have, like, a really good Phoenix Wright feel to them. It's just, like, it's such a weird combination of, game styles. And it did really well when it came out, but, I mean, unfortunately, like, the team that developed it, they went toes up, and so, like, even the people who did this are no longer together. I wonder if we'll ever see anything like it again. It feels like a really weird, unique, strange thing. And I would say that, like, if folks haven't played it, like, you know, even though we are, like, 7 years on at this point, it's definitely worth fucking with. So yeah, I am done testing for Seaman. And that last case was
weird.
What?
That you are, like, done. I don't know, it feels like you shouldn't be. Like, I feel like that's just been going on for so long, you know?
God, like, I checked my playtime on it last night on the Switch, and I was like, how long was this fucking game? Because I wanted to see, like, how many hours I had actually dumped into it. And, like, it was a 35-hour campaign. Yeah. For a game
that doesn't seem like it's long enough. Like, I feel like you've been talking about it for longer than 35 hours.
Well, I think that, you know, part of it is that, like, I have been trying to balance other stuff. And And if you're trying to play multiple, like, very long games at a time, then what inevitably happens is most of them are going to end up getting, like, relegated to the back for another one, and then you don't make progress on any of them. And I'm like, this is the one that is really preventing me from, like, committing to something else. I'm like, I need to just get this done so that way I can commit to something else.
Like you're Robin.
Yeah, exactly. So I dig it. It's super fun on Switch. It uses all the Switch features well. Motion control aiming during gunfights is a good time. Being able to use the touchscreen in portable mode for the visual novel stuff, that's a good time. Dig it, dig it, dig it. People should test for semen. And my biggest disappointment comes at the very end when I was hoping there was going to be like a title card that says "The End," because I was hoping to make one final semen meme that says "Filmed on location in Seamanland, USA." But then there was no "The End" card, and I'm like, oh well, damn it.
Damn.
I'm not going to force it. I've also been, was it last week or like at some point recently we were, the three of us were talking about the Vita and like that we just like, we're like, God damn it, like the Vita needs more love, which is like at this point like an impossible proposition.
Mm-hmm.
But like the other thing that I've really been spending some time with is like, making sure to, I guess on nights where I haven't been staying up late with LA Noire, going into bed a little bit earlier and curling up with my Vita and playing Trails of Cold Steel, because I kept on hearing that like the Cold Steel series, which is a sub-series for the Trails series, is currently the best JRPG series going right now. And it's like, look, you need to get on that Trails of Cold Steel action. And I kept on hearing that, and I'm like, fuck it, I've had this game sitting on my shelf now for like over a year. I feel ashamed. Like, Trails of Cold Steel 3 is going to be like hitting PS4 in the US like later this year. I need to get caught up on Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 before like 3 and 4 hit the US. 4 is the final one, and that just came out in Japan. So we probably won't see Trails of Cold Steel 4 in the US until like, 2019, maybe 2020. Because it is not a big company like Atlas that can afford to like localize at the same time as development. So I started up Trails of Cold Steel, and got this weird immediate sense of deja vu. Tell me if this sounds familiar, Rocky. Dropped immediately into what feels like a battle which occurs much later in the story with my fully assembled party, as an opportunity to kind of get the feel for combat. And then once I, clear this like really easy section, which is just designed to like, I guess teach you how combat works, they then go like, and now let's flash back to the beginning of the story, which is the beginning of the school year. Here we are in April, and then like it cuts to like, here's your calendar shot, like April, and like it starts with your dude, Rayan Schweizer. He's going to like a special school in the Erebonian Empire, which is like this place which is kind of awesome, which has kind of like contemporary technology that feels like Earth. People have cars and shit, but they also like fight with swords and have magic. And some kids are like selected to go to like this awesome school where they learn arts, so that way they can be part of the Erebonian Empire's defense. And kids are normally, if they're selected, divided by social class. There's like 3 classes for the commoners, and then like 2 classes for the nobility. But the school has decided to make a class which is like blended, nobility and commoners. And so there's like totally like a guy in my class who's like, "Fuck you, I'm a noble," and
Oh Jesus!
yeah, it's some JRPG shit.
Yeah,
it is.
And it's evident that there's like some like plot twist which has not yet been revealed, because like the name of my class is Class 7, and I'm like, there are only 5 other classes. You know, like obviously there was a Class 6, or there is a hidden Class 6 or something, because like why is my class, which is the 6th class, called Class 7? And like
Secret Class 7, Secret Class 6.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, at some point obviously you guys are going to be like, and here's what happened to Class 6, like, and they're trying to play it off like it's not even a mystery at this point. There's some blonde character who, when I met her, my character like tripped and like his face fell into her boobs because it's a JRPG. And like we're now in game like a couple months later, and she's like super angry at him. She's like, "You fell into my boobs," and like, God damn it! Like, I really hope this game like stops this tropey bullshit like at some point soon, because I really don't want to play like a fucking like 80-hour role playing game where like the crux of the relationship between these two characters is this guy tripped this one time and fell into this other character's boobs. But like so far I'm digging it, but I'm definitely gonna need to like decide which to prioritize as far as like Trails of Cold Steel and Persona 5, because like, man, my head is legit spinning, because it's like the structure of the game in both cases definitely has some marked similarities. When I'm not fucking off in a dungeon, I'm trying to decide like who at the school I should be spending time with, and like deciding like, oh, okay, like where will I go? Will I spend the afternoon in a club? Will I go do work? Like that kind of shit. So it definitely feels like there's some structural similarities to like so the Shin Megami Tensei or Persona series. I'd say closer to Persona than just like the mainline SMT. But I really like that there's the combat doesn't feel anything close. So it's cool. I dig it. I ordered some Super Famicom games. They showed up. That's cool. Guys, it might lead to a problem, as I predicted.
It did.
I think so. They're very pretty. They're very shiny. I like them. I'm tempted by colorful boxes because I'm a child of 5.
What are you going to do?
The answer to that question is probably buy more Super Famicom games. But like I can at least justify that because I have that like analog Super NT, arriving next month. So I'll, I guess, be able to play them. So,
oh boy,
yeah,
that's the dream.
Yeah, I know, right? And so, I mean, that's. Hey, you guys making fun of me. I don't know. Like, I like them. I still continue to be just like wowed by the fact that there is current Super Famicom development. That's weird to me. Like the games I bought are not like vintage games. I did not buy like 25, 30-year-old games. Which I think was probably the weirdest part. Like it just felt strange to like get Super Famicom games that were like still in like plastic wrap and stuff. And like because I got those, I got tempted and I went to my like one of my local vintage game shops, and I nearly made a reckless and irresponsible decision. I was able to leave before doing it, but I went in there and I was like, hey guys, show me your Mega Drive and Genesis and Super Famicom stuff. And so I was looking at some of that, and I like looked over in like the next case, and the next case is like where they keep like this shit is pretty hard to find stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
there was a copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga in there.
Yo.
Oh, God. You guys know how hard that is to find?
no.
It's up there.
Okay. All right. Well, Tegan, open up a web browser, conjure forth a window, and type www.
Hang on.
Okay.
Open up a web browser.
Yeah.
Get to www.
.ebay.com.
eBay. Oh, I don't like eBay. That's a lie. I like eBay.
You're not going to find it retail. Like, that's
Okay.
the first thing.
Yeah.
Puka. What is that?
Panzer?
Panzer Dragoon Saga. There we go. Video games. Oh,
Video games.
$749
Yeah, that's
for
about
1
right.
and 2 and Saga. Jesus fuck. Just Panzer Dragoon Saga, $447. Holy Jesus.
And that copy, which is $447, I was looking at that one. It's not even in good shape.
The one in fantastic condition is $570.
Yeah.
There's one in a sleeve that's $619. What the? It's gonna give me an asthma attack. Factory sealed for $1,149, Nico. Holy God. Can you believe it? He's looking at me like, what the fuck?
That sounds about right.
Just the disc for $189. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Woo. Oh, jeez. Whoo. Oh, boy.
I broke Tegan.
I'm closing that window. Bye-bye.
Oh, no, Tegan.
Oh, you killed
Not
me.
like this.
This is how I die. Not with a bang, but with an eBay auction. I'm okay.
So, yeah, I must have stood there, like, staring at it for, like, a good 20, 30 minutes. I had the nice man come over and get it out of the case. Open it up for me, and it was, in fact, complete and mint. It even had, like, the card in there from Sega to, like, mail away to get more information about Sega products, which is almost always missing from Saturn games.
How much was it?
$600.
You should have got it. Here, we sold it on eBay for $900.
Tegan's like hangry.
You could have played it and resold it on eBay for $900.
All these things are true. Man, yeah, I think the thing that, like, held me back the most was, like, if I own a copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga, it kind of, like, takes my game collection to, like, I guess, like, a different tier. And I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to be big ballin'. You know?
That's real.
Yeah. I'll still watch the documentary on Netflix about action figures and dolls.
How was that, man?
Super good. I enjoyed it. I had no idea that there was some, like, dark shit going on with, like, the origins of Barbie. I really enjoyed that part. That, like, the woman who created Barbie was, like, doing this thing in, like, the mid-70s where she was trying to hide a bunch of losses at Mattel. So she was just, like, having trucks driven out to this, like, parking lot in the valley where it's like, dump these Hot Wheels cars over here. No one will ever know. I guess until the SEC investigates us.
Nice.
Yeah. And there was a guy who was, like, one of the designers on Barbie. And when he got hired, like, part of his salary was that since he couldn't get paid out as much as he would normally for that kind of design work, he instead got a deal that got him 2.5% of all of the profits on Barbie in perpetuity. And that's a lot of money. Yeah. And so he became this kind of like weird pansexual cokehead who bought an ice cream truck and a castle in Los Angeles.
Wait, how do you get a castle in Los Angeles? It's not like that magic castle, right?
No, but there are some like Smug Fuck Castles like up in the hills, like they got built in like the 20s and 30s when you could still like buy that much.
Smug Fuck Castles.
That's correct. Smug Fuck Castles.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gotcha.
God damn it, if like iTunes didn't have rules about naming conventions for episodes. Man. Yeah, but these like this guy, he bought a fire truck just to drive around because he was an asshole. He's like, I'm rich off Barbie money. Look at my fire truck.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm going to do a bunch of coke and have sex with everybody. And I'm like, God damn. And then they tried to stop paying him. They just tried to stop sending the Barbie checks to this guy. And
wait, so can they do that?
So there was a lawsuit and all kinds of shit. And, but yeah, they were all really interesting. Like there was one about He-Man. And like all the guys like arguing over like, no, I invented He-Man. No, I invented He-Man.
I am the law.
Yeah, I am the law. Oh no. Oh, Judge Dredd watch along. It's up for debate.
I'm down.
Yeah. Ooh. And the G.I. Joe one was also pretty solid. Like this guy who like inherited Hasbro, he's accepting a pitch from his employees on like reboot G.I. Joe, and he like denied their first pitch. He's like, it's not good enough. And then like they come back with a new pitch, and he's like, this is great. I must now go to the grave of my father and tell him that you have resurrected G.I. Joe.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. I had no idea that like fucking the history of action figures was banana pants.
That's cool.
Yeah, they've got like 4 more episodes coming. They're going to do like Transformers and Hello Kitty.
Those sound like good stories, actually.
Yeah. So it's crazy. There's only 4 right now, so it's not a huge time commitment, and I dig it. It's crazy shit. You guys want to talk about some video game news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
All right. Well, guys, it wouldn't be video game news without PUBG.
They're always in the news. They're just doing stuff. Always. It's wild. And everyone's doing stuff with them. Brian, did you hear about this? Like, Paladin is apparently announced their own Battle Royale mode.
I can't tell if that means this is the beginning or end of the Battle Royale craze.
Yo, man. Like, Fortnite, like, well, Fortnite was actually really close to, like, PUBG Corp, so I guess that was also, like, another deal. But, like, Fortnite's doing really well. They put out a new, like, explosive mode the other day. It was cool.
The one about the Paladins thing, though, that, like, just fucking bothers me is, like, the name of the mode is just straight up Battlegrounds. They're like Paladins Battlegrounds.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They're just trying. They're trying to get a little of that PUBG money. Like, they're throwing stuff at the wall. But I think this is meaning that this is closer to the end of Paladins and not the end of Battle Royale. Because,
okay,
like,
that's fair.
Because if it's not as well implemented, and, like, to be honest, like, PUBG is buggy as shit to begin with. So, like, now the race isn't to, like, have a Battle Royale mode, but it's trying to have the cleanest Battle Royale experience. Because, like, the strat is already out there. Like, it's 100 versus 1, or, like, teams until, like, you're the only team left. And you're just trying to make the best implementation of that idea. And PUBG Corp has the head start, but like they're more focused on explosive growth instead of controlled experience. Fortnite is already trying to just like grab more people, so everybody's focused on growth. So they're not exactly focused on the most polished experience. And even if the guy comes up with the most polished experience, the biggest audience might just stay where they are. Like that's what happened with Skullgirls, like versus, you know, Street Fighter and whatnot. So it's weird. It's definitely like a strange meta in the battle royale mode, which is like, you know, new real estate for everybody.
It's a gold rush right now.
Yeah.
Man, but that's not the only gold rush going on with PUBG. The CEO of PUBG Corp says that he wants to make PUBG a transmedia franchise.
What does that mean?
It means film, TV, and comics.
No.
Wait, does it also mean figures and like card games?
Yes,
And,
it means all of that. And yeah, he mentioned all of those things. He said that like Netflix has already been in touch. I don't know how that works. Like 100 episodes jump out. Like
Jesus, 100 episodes jump out of a plane. Oh
like,
man, and then it gets syndicated on WGN.
No, not WGN. Not like this.
I mean, it's either that or like Spike TV. Like honestly,
like some people seem to be way into the idea, but other people are like, "Holy shit!" Like, can you get the game stable and maybe add some more maps first, like before we start fucking talking about like making a movie starring Colin Farrell and Adam Sandler? Just,
but like also like the same thing is just like, why would we do that right now? We're getting new people like every day. Like everyone's still playing this game. They're fighting each other to play this game.
I think that means we gotta play the game.
Oh man. It means either to buy an Xbox or build a computer. So I can't play it on this one. I know I can't.
That's okay, I can't play it on mine anymore either. I'm not mad!
Oh god.
I'm just mad. Is there anything else going on in PUBG?
there is more PUBG news, I guess.
Oh my god! What else?
PUBG broke its own record for concurrent players.
Oh my fuck. Of course they did.
They hit 3 million concurrent players. As a point of reference, at the time they did that, Dota 2 had 750,000.
Oh my god.
So this isn't like 3 million people with just like PUBG accounts or whatever, right? Like that, or
this is
3 million
concurrent.
people
3 million playing at the same time.
Oh god, that's gnarly.
Yeah, their sales right now are about 25 million, but there were 3 million playing at the same time.
All right, that's pretty wild. It's kind of insane. All right. Well, in another news, IGN fired their editor-in-chief after investigation to quote-unquote alleged misconduct. It seems that Steve Butts, who's the former editor-in-chief of IGN, has been fired. Yes, Steve Butts. If you can believe that.
Mr. Butts.
Mr. Butts, yes. Has been fired after the company investigated claims of alleged workplace misconduct against him.
Mr. Butts. Fired for butt stuff.
Oh, God.
Jesus,
I mean, probably.
God.
Well, yeah, 2 months ago, a former IGN employee, Kaylee Plagg, accused her then co-worker, Vince Ingenito, of sexual harassment against her and another woman at IGN. Following the accusation, IGN employees walked out in solidarity with Plagg and refused to work until IGN issued an official statement regarding the matter. After several meetings, IGN eventually put out a statement that laid out measures to create a quote-unquote safe environment to continue working in. Reportedly, it was at one of these meetings that Butts was accused of harassment. This triggered IGN to begin investigating him. Butts had been working from home since the investigation. His absence, whether or not he would return to the company, was described as an elephant in the room by one IGN staffer. And it seems that just this past week, they finally dropped the hammer.
Seems like kind of a big deal. Yeah.
It also seems like really obvious, I feel like. Like, I want to know if it's a family name, like, sincerely, or if, like, at some point he actually changed his last name to Butts, like, presumably after losing a drunken bet at a bar in college or something. I don't know. But, like, it's like, no way. Butts is totally cool. He definitely respects women. There's no way.
Right. Like my little sister at one point dated a guy with the last name of Dick, and that name matched.
Oh, man.
And I feel bad for everybody who has an unfortunate last name like that. You know? Because you don't deserve that, but also don't live up to your last name.
Yeah.
So, at least he's not Richard Butts.
Yeah.
So, like, IGN is definitely one of the biggest game coverage outlets out there. And, you know, a lot of the discussion of, you know, impropriety in the workplace, at least in the context of the game industry, has been, you know, talk about, like, the development side of the industry and, like, game studios, and, you know, treatment of employees who are developing games. Less talk about, like, the media, you know, with the exception of this IGN story. Do you think that this will, like, be a watershed event and that we'll get more revelations across games media?
I could see it. I could easily see it.
I could believe, like, a type of trickle-down effect, like, happens with this. But also, I'm kind of cool with, like, Butts being out, because I haven't really been a fan of, like, IGN's tone. And that's something that, like, a editor-in-chief directly has control of. And so, honestly, I feel like I probably wouldn't have had huge feelings if, like, Butts had gotten fired for any particular reason. Mm-hmm. And him being fired for this one is just as well, because, like, in addition to, like, possibly getting a new feel in, like, the way that IGN tells its stories, we also get to crack down on sexual harassment. That seems like a win-win to me.
I feel like IGN's editorial positions have been an attempt at being apolitical, and there is no such thing as apolitical anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Right, which feels almost like it's implicitly endorsing the Gamergate crowd.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I guess I'm hoping that, like, removing Butts is in turn good for IGN, which would be good for the industry. Because, like, the more outlets there are out there with, like, large audiences, the more people can hold the game development side of the industry accountable. And I think that's a good thing. You know, it creates a better, safer work environment, and it also helps hold, you know, the Activisions and the Sonys and the Nintendos accountable for their various shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the shady shit that happens, you know, everywhere, actually, is only allowed to happen because enough people don't really know about it. Like, if it's 6 dudes in a boardroom that, like, know about a sweatshop, but, like, the consumers don't, like, nothing's probably gonna happen, you know? Yep. But like, when the internet at large, like, hears about, like, the fucked up shit people are doing with loot boxes, or when people are able to, like, call out WB Interactive for, like, claiming to do something charitable and then being shady about it, like that's when things become a bit more, I guess, that's when things become better. When we're able to reasonably interact with these decisions as they happen. And games media, or media in general, is important to that process.
So, something which is completely unimportant in every possible respect is the game Lawbreakers.
Man.
The Lawbreakers publisher Nexon released their quarterly financial disclosures, in which they announced that they're writing off the game, and they blame PUBG for it.
No.
Like collectively, like Nexon blamed PUBG?
Yes. So Nexon announced its third quarter earnings were lower than expected. This is due to the low sales of Lawbreakers, which the company published. Just for lulz right now, I'm going to open up Steam Spy to find out what the current concurrent player count is for Lawbreakers. Because
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
I would be surprised if it's in quad digits, and I'm sincerely expecting something in double.
All right. What's the over-under? Rocky, give me a number.
Okay, it's less than 1,000, but it's more than 15.
Tegan, give me a concurrent player count. How many people do you think are playing Lawbreakers right now?
Less than PUBG.
So less than 3 million. That's where we're at.
Do I win? I'm gonna say under 100,000.
Okay.
Is that better? Is that a better figure?
So you're allowing for them to have their best possible day.
Yeah.
Oh, is it worse than that?
She is being... Brian, how many people are playing Lawbreakers, man?
10.
There are currently 76 people
Oh.
playing Lawbreakers.
How about maybe Lawbreakers is not really a great game?
It's not. Like...
And that's your own fault. Maybe.
76 people?
You can't blame PUBG for just making a better game than you.
Oh, no, that's definitely them being whack. And, like, I blame Cliffy B. Because, like, I mean, he's kind of whack in general. Like, I mean, he made Gears, and Gears was dope. But, like, I don't know what he was talking about when he was hyping up this game so much. Because, like, I feel like he could have spent more time in the lab and gave us a better game.
So, from Nexon's earnings statement, Lawbreakers is a unique FPS developed for core users.
Okay.
We had very high expectations for its launch. However, the timing of its launch turned out to be unfortunate. Specifically, the blockbuster PC online game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds came out right about the same time.
In early access.
Making the market environment very tough for the first-person shooters in general.
No.
And for
Call of Duty did fine. So did Battlefield. Oh my god.
So, and I feel like it's necessary to stress here, fucking PUBG entered early access in March, and Lawbreakers came out in August. So I don't know about this around the same time bullshit. And if we look at the top 3 best-selling games of 2017, games not in early access, they are fucking Call of Duty, Destiny 2, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Hey, yo, Rocky Tegan, what do those 3 games all have in common?
They're first-person shooters!
Yeah!
Woo!
Well, Wildlands is a third-person shooter, but they're all fucking shooters. So, like, come on, guy. Come on. And Ghost Recon Wildlands came out in March. So it was, like, legit directly against PUBG's launch. So, goddamn, settle down.
God.
I mean, like, to be honest, their shareholders probably won't know the difference. Because, like... I mean, like, the boardroom knows that they're lying. Like, they obviously do. And, like, there may be some people, like, that are shareholders that really care about, like, games and keeps track of how these things have been coming together. And, you know, if anyone has even a white belt in Google Foo, like, they'll be able to find out that they're lying. But I feel like a lot of people that will glance over the earnings statement, like, that are shareholders, they'll kind of just like, look, oh, we're down this year. Well, get it together, guys. And then they'll just move on. Like, they're not going to dig into it.
Mm.
But this is a straight up lie, and it's super whack. And, you know, do better. But, like, Nexon has kind of been in a weird spot for a long time. They've been sitting comfortable on their, like, Maple Story, their Dragon Nest, their Maple Story, and that other weird FPS one that they have. Like, this is, like, Lawbreakers, like, supportable FPS isn't quite their space. And I get that. But, like, I don't know. I think Cliffy B took them for a ride, and they just didn't pay attention to what he was doing specifically. And, like, we got this. That's just what happened. Because, like, while I'm not a shooter myself, there have been some really good shooters that have been coming out, and they're definitely, like, different and unique and interesting products. And they do well in their, like, respective niches. And, like, Lawbreakers just didn't hit their notes like they were supposed to. And blaming PUBG for it is whack. Like, just do better. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, call it a loss.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a far cry from their fucking Maple Story money, you know? Just, oh, man. Damn. Well, that was dumb.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully there's more good news. Right, Tegan?
I hate to be the one to tell you this, Rocky.
But what's going on?
The ESA, our favorite organization, has said that video games are not addictive, which directly counters what the World Health Organization is saying.
Okay. But that's just a headline, right? Like,
the ESA has said, quote, the World Health Organization knows that common sense and objective research proves video games are not addictive, and putting that official label on them recklessly trivializes real mental health issues like depression and social anxiety disorder, which deserve treatment and the full attention of the medical community. End quote.
That's...
So not only are loot boxes aren't gambling, video games aren't addictive.
So guys, this is also whack. You know, we talked how we just talked about how, you know, Lawbreakers wasn't a good game, and Cliffy B and Nexon, like, pivoting is like it's PUBG's fault, was a whack thing for them to do. The ESA, who took a moment to say that video games aren't addictive and y'all should be focusing on depression and social anxiety instead and just leave us alone, is also whack. And I don't know why they're doing this. What? Come on, guys. It's January. We just got here.
Right.
You ever hear a dumb thing and go, we'll be discussing this in December?
Oh, God,
yeah, can we start that doc now and just add this right in there?
I think that's probably a good call, Tegan. That's probably a good call.
Just copy-paste it, because I don't want to forget it like I forgot Prey.
Like, man, like, the ESA fighting doctors right now. Like, I know, like, we've gotten there are those commercials where it's just like, 4 out of 5 dentists approve this shady product. Like, I totally get that. Like, I really understand. But, like, I don't want video games to become, like, our version of, like, 1960s cigarettes, man. Like, well, I don't want to have, like, doctors on the takes. Like, no, we swear, like, video games are not addictive, and they're in the pocket of the ESA. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
Like, the World Health Organization, too, they have a really good, like, argument for it, I think. They say, The behavior pattern is of sufficient severity to result in significant impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. The pattern of gaming behavior may be continuous or episodic and recurrent. And basically, like, that's all those guys who were at World of Warcraft, who were playing World of Warcraft in gaming cafes in China who fucking starved to death because they won't get up. Like, that's a gaming addiction. That's a problem.
Or if somebody, like, loses their job because they're, like, unable to balance their gaming activity. Like, they're like, I'm up till 5 a.m. every night, you know, playing whatever, and now I've missed 9 days of work, and so I got fired. Like, that shit's real, but, like, also, ESA, it's okay that it's real because there is addictive behavior around all kinds of stuff in this world, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the thing is bad. It just means it's a thing that can trigger addictive behavior in people. Like,
yeah, like there are people who are addicted to food.
Yep. You know, food addiction, sex addiction, you know, gambling is ultimately addictive. You know, like, gambling addiction isn't necessarily like, there are plenty of people who say go to Vegas, drop $20 at a blackjack table, and then can go home just fine. They're like, oh, I dropped $20. It was fun.
I am not one of those people. I already know I'm not one of those people because of the fucking Rocket Gaming Corner and Pokemon Blue. Do you know how many Pokèdollars I spent on that gaming corner? How many Pokèdollars? Oh my god, such a mess. I was fighting the Elite Four just so I could get more Pokèdollars to go to the Rocket Gaming Corner.
Tegan's out here beating up 10-year-old kids for their money and their Pokemon so she could go gamble at the Rocket Pokemon Corner.
It was a problem.
Oh, man.
But I think that's kind of the fucking point here, is that, like, it doesn't... The World Health Organization saying this doesn't necessarily mean that video games are bad. It just means that it has the capacity to unlock this bad behavior, and that's where what is instead incumbent upon the video game industry is to respond to that in a way which is ethical and is, like, mindful of possible health considerations. And that's not asking too fucking much. Like, I am just so surprised at how incredibly asleep at the wheel the ESA has been in, like, the last year. It's been really shitty. Like, you know, trying to muscle small publishers and say that loot boxes aren't gambling, and now this bullshit. Like, goddamn. Like, it's been silly season out here.
Man, like, honestly, I think what they're doing, like, I mean, they're definitely not taking the right looks at certain things, but it's a lot more that they're trying to look at their bottom line, and, like, the same thing with, like, loot boxes, classifying loot boxes as, like, not gambling, and arguing with the World Health Organization is, like, stuff that's like, well, if we agree to this, like, some people might get spooked and they're going to buy less games. And, like, honestly, that might actually happen. But the thing is that, like, video games taking steps to become safer, like, more, I guess, responsible mediums of entertainment is good for the industry overall. It's good for sustainable growth.
I was saying that, like, or thinking that Nintendo, with their handheld platforms, already does a thing in most Nintendo published titles where, like, every 30 minutes to an hour, the game will be like, hey, bud, you've been at this for a while. Do you, like, maybe want to go get a sandwich? I don't know. Like, think on it. Like, villagers will come up to you in Animal Crossing and being like, hey, friend, you've been, you know, here for an hour. Like there, so many 3DS titles have built-in functionality to remind the user of the length of time that they have been playing. Just incorporated in. And it seems like there are publishers who are already have some level of awareness around this. And so it just makes the ESA seem like fucking extra oblivious that if it's something that some publishers are already willing to acknowledge, the fact that the ESA, which claims to represent the interest of those publishers,
I don't like it. It stinks.
Damn.
It stinks like a stinky fish.
Okay, so maybe Tegan was right last week. Maybe 2018's already garbage. Like,
Guys,
maybe
how
we
do
just
you
need
think
to
of
throw
it?
out the whole year.
This might just be leftover garbage that's coming in. I think we have until January 20th before, like, last year's garbage stops following us.
All right, I'll give it to the 20th. I'll take your word for it, Tegan.
It's not all terrible.
Are you
It's
sure?
not all terrible, guys.
What? Brian? Okay, Brian says it's not all terrible, so it must actually not be all terrible. What you got, Brian?
Platinum says that they're going to be creating more original IPs and is looking into some self-publishing.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Platinum's got a little bit of change. They're going to start self-publishing. They got some new shit. I like Platinum. What they got?
Atsushi Inaba, head of development at Platinum, revealed that Platinum sees potential in owning and publishing original IP. And this is something other studios have been looking into, which has been dubbed AA development in some circles.
Okay.
He said, over the last year, we've gotten 70 design documents from different people. And if you're going to list out the random ideas, the scratch stuff on paper, there's a hell of a lot more. So this year has been us basically diluting which stuff we want to focus on and not focus on, drilling down to the point where we have 2 designs that we're genuinely focused on.
Okay.
This comes on the heel of other mid-tier developers like Ninja Theory with Hellblade and IO Interactive with Hitman carving out a place in the market for mid-tier self-publishing.
All right, I'm interested in that. Because, I mean, Platinum joining that fray, like, there's very little chance that is legitimately a bad idea. And it seems like they're doing their due diligence. They're not just, like, grabbing the first idea that some jackass shows up with. Like, they're really doing the work. And, like, based on what we've seen, you know, with Bayonetta as one of the bigger examples, like, Platinum knows how to do their work.
God, I mean, they developed one of the big hits and critical darlings of last year, Nier Automata. Yeah.
Start that game. That's a game I gotta start.
All right, I'm down.
I'm down.
Yeah, so, I mean, I just think about like what it would be like if Platinum actually owned Bayonetta, you know?
Oh man, that would have been wild.
Oh God. So yeah, I'm all for like Platinum having more economic independence. You know, when Microsoft canceled Scalebound, that hurt them real hard. You know, and you know, Platinum has said that like they are, you know, forever grateful to Yoko Taro because the success of Nier Automata essentially rescued the company.
Yes.
So I think it's a smart move because the more stuff that they're doing for themselves, then the less can, you know, reliant they are on the whims of other publishers. And, you know, just this week, like, Activision pulled a whole bunch of, like, licensed games off of digital marketplaces so they can no longer be purchased. And that included, like, the Transformers Devastation game that was developed by Platinum and the Legend of Korra game that was developed by Platinum. And so it looks like Activision is pulling back from, like, more of the licensed game territory, which means that's one less publisher out there that had been regularly hiring Platinum having need for their services. So I think it is definitely a good idea that they're, you know, trying to make their bones themselves. Like, I'm all about it. Like, what would you want to see from Platinum? Would you want to see, like, a character action game or, like, something else? Like, when Ninja Theory went out there with Hellblade, they went something that was, like, totally outside of their normal wheelhouse. Like, what do you guys want to see from Platinum?
I'd be interested in a dungeon crawler. 'Cause I know, like, like, Nier, from what I've seen, is kind of, like, it's not open world, but it's, like, it feels like there's a lot of space to, like, explore. And Platinum is, well, not Platinum, Bayonetta was a lot like, kind of like Devil May Cry, where, like, you had a pseudo-linear beat 'em up like setup. And I'd be really interested in something like Spelunky Minecraft Terraria from that group, and like seeing what they make out of that. Like I feel like a slower experience from Platinum could be really interesting.
Dig it. How about you, Tegan?
I want more big-ass cool Japanese games. I want the exact opposite of Rocky. But I also would play what Rocky is recommending, because, like, that is my jam.
Or, actually, well,
I'm the
I know
person who actually plays Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing, you know, like,
hey,
all the time.
Like, I play Stardew Valley. I got married and stuff. It's
Have you
cool.
played it since?
Not a lot, okay? Like, I have to actually admit that. Like, I got married, and I know, like, there's other stuff for me to do, like go to the other towns and explore other mines, and I haven't gotten around to that yet.
So, yes, there is good news in the world.
Okay. So I'm not sure about this one yet, but I'm interested in how this goes. But, you know, Mad Catz is back. And it seems the reason that they're back isn't because, you know, the Monopoly man didn't show up with his bag of money. It seems that the factory workers are in charge. They've seized the means of production.
Did somebody update this headline in our doc?
Because, like,
No, that's always how it's been.
seize the means of production. Okay. But Mad Catz, you know, a long-time gaming peripheral company. You may know them from the knockoff controllers that have been selling forever, but they also made some pretty good fight sticks. They used to sponsor Daigo before they went under. In March 2017, they seem to have come back under, you know, improbable circumstances. According to CNET, its employees at a Mad Catz factory in China led the charge to salvage it from bankruptcy. They formed a holding company, and now they'll be working for themselves. The people that were making the peripheral, the hands that built the controllers, are the ones that bought the company. Now, this new Mad Catz is officially named Mad Catz Global Limited, and its headquarters are in Kowloon, Hong Kong. It's widely accepted that Mad Catz' downfall was tied to a single ill-fated business decision to co-publish and manufacture peripherals for Rock Band 4. Yeah, no, that was a bad idea. They really shouldn't have done that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they haven't announced a new fight stick yet. They're launching, you know, very, very slowly. They're going to send out a mouse, a keyboard, a headset, and a gaming surface, which is, you know, a mouse pad. But so they're doing it. They're starting slow. They're gonna, you know, they're rebuilding the brand. So expect that to take some time. So you probably won't get a new Mad Catz fight stick in time for Evo this year, but, you know, give it a little bit.
This story makes me happy.
Like, I'm down. Like, I want to see these factory workers, like, build this company. I want them to have, like, their own, like, co-op video game peripheral building company. That sounds fucking dope. Let's go.
Yeah. I want them to have cool designs, though. Not, like, super mod, cool game, like, not typical gaming designs. Like, I want better gaming designs.
I'm sure they can find some artists. They'll probably, like, what they'll end up doing, since the workers are the ones that are running it, it's very likely they can't bring back the same staff, but, like, I'm pretty sure they'll collab with someone.
That'd be sweet.
Because what they have is the factory, and they have the experienced workers. So, like, they'll just get a design from someone, they'll, like, shop for it or whatever.
Just don't, please don't pick another thing that looks like every other, like, Razor and everything else, where it's all, like, it's black and it's sleek, but it's got these edges that are light up. Like, I want something better.
They got the mouse and the keyboard and the headset are up on their website now. So you can see them.
Do they look exactly like how I described?
I don't know, man. This mouse looks like some kind of fucking GoBot. Like, I can't even figure this shit out.
Oh, no.
I want to see. It does. It looks exactly the same.
Tegan, they're just starting their company back. Like, they're going to move Mad Catz mouses, because the Rat 6, I mean, it's not exactly standard. That's not what I'd say, but it's adjustable. It's not pretty, but, like, it's definitely going to work. This is the type of stuff that people would be playing like League and shooters with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should stay tuned for after, what do you say? CES is this coming week. The Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I know that the newly resurrected Mad Catz will be at CES. So hopefully we'll get to hear some like early impressions of some of this stuff. Yeah, like I am, totally curious about that. I know there's going to be some other like CES is mostly like, refrigerators that can talk to your Alexa and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
But word on the street is that somebody is going to have an FPGA Game Boy there. So, yeah. So, looking forward to hearing some about that. So, we'll stay tuned for CES a little bit. Might have some CES in next week's news.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy.
All right.
Anything else going on?
Yeah! There's gonna be a new Splatfest! Well, that's not the actual news. The actual news is Nintendo stuff. So I'm mentioning it here. There's gonna be a Splatfest next weekend. Well, this upcoming weekend, actually. It starts the 12th at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And it is action versus comedy. Which movie do you prefer? And, like, we're Rocky and I think, have convinced Brian to join us for a little bit of splatting. So we might actually have a Squid Squad this time.
Squid Squad.
Squid Squad. Brian's gonna be on our Squid Squad.
Squid Squad.
Yeah. So we still have to pick a team, but it'll be a good time. But the actual Nintendo news is it was leaked that there may be a Nintendo Direct coming out either the 11th or the 16th of this month. Ooh. It showed up when Amazon, the lovely, lovely internet retailer that they are, so good at their job, because they posted 18 placeholder SKUs labeled "Just announced at January Nintendo Direct."
Whoops.
Whoops.
This is like when they post stuff and then immediately take it down because whoops, we weren't supposed to post that yet. Nice. Good on us. But anyway, so that's the thing. So now we're looking at that. Nintendo has apparently been reaching out to media outlets asking for rights to use pull quotes released on Link Between Worlds in marketing material. Ooh. And Square has been hinting at a Bravely Default on the Switch. Ooh.
I'm down.
So I'm excited.
Whew. Let's get it.
Maybe something about an Animal Crossing. Like, I'm always going to hope. Every time there's a Direct, I'm going to hope. But now that Pocket Camp's out and it's been doing fairly well, like, maybe it's time...
For at least an announcement, before Tegan dies.
I'm old and dying, please. Oh, I'm sorry. I just punched my cat in the head.
Oh, no. Tegan, please.
He's right next to me, and I reached out to pet him and smacked him in the head. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you forgive me. Yeah, I'm glad you forgive me. So, yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm down. Like, because, we were talking about it before. Brian's like, Nintendo needs to announce some new hits, y'all. And I'm like, Nintendo's doing stuff. Like, they'll let us know what's going on. Like, they'll move the deadline a couple of times, but, like, stuff's coming. And so, like, I'd like to hear what they have to say, especially the beginning of 2018, how they're going to set their tone.
I mean, they've already got some good games on the horizon,
True.
I mean, Project Octopath Traveler, we talked about a bunch. The Longest 5 Minutes, and Alliance Alive.
Alliance Alive is a 3DS game, yo.
Yeah, I know. It still counts. I was hyped last year at E3, and I'm hyped now.
I'm really excited for Wizards of Legend.
Yeah.
Like, Wizards of Legend looks, like, fast and, like, magical and wild, and I'm down. Like, let's go blow up some shit with magic, guys.
And the Altair series, I'm excited. Like, it's
True.
already looking pretty good. And that's just with stuff that they announced last year at E3. Like,
I hope we get some more information on the Fire Emblem Switch title that's coming this year.
oh, I would bet that's not until E3. I bet we're going to get a full, like, visual and, like,
probably.
the orchestra.
Remember that when the January, I guess it wasn't a direct last year, the thing where they like fully dug into the Switch, but when that thing happened for their absolute marquee tentpole titles, they were like, BT dubs, Mario exists, more details later, and they showed like 3 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
So my guess is that for the stuff that's going to be coming out after July, they'll be like, BT dubs, here's a little taste, and then they'll circle back to those things at E3.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last 2 years, they've gone with a strategy of focusing on mainly a single game at E3. Like, you know, year before last, it was like all Zelda. Then, like, last year, it was all Mario. So my guess is that, like, whatever is going to be, like, their single biggest marquee title for holiday,
Fire Emblem.
they'll announce it and they'll show a few minutes of it, but then at E3, like, that it'll get, like, a big push. So we'll probably see a little bit.
I bet prior to, they're going to do another, so, like, they did Fire Emblem Echoes, which is Shadows of Valencia, like a remake. I bet they're going to do another old school Fire Emblem remake based on the information they've been getting back using Fire Emblem Heroes for who's winning popularity contests and who's, like, getting used in game. That's what I would do if I were you, Nintendo.
I was going to say, that seems too clever.
I have ideas, Nintendo. Hire me, please. 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 I have 2 cats. I'll move across the country. I promise. I'll move to Japan.
You could just move to Seattle, Tegan.
Yeah, but I could also move to Japan. Why move to Seattle when I could move to Japan?
I think that,
Well, if I moved to Seattle, I'd be closer to my other friends, so. Sorry.
I think that as much as we're personally interested in, like, say, Longest 5 Minutes or Penny Punching Princess, those are not marquee titles.
No.
True.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be...
And-
it is gonna, like, keep up with that, like, one game every month. One big game.
But, like, those, like, your NIS America stuff has never really been part of that one game a month. They've never had to, like, lean on a NIS game as being a tentpole title. You remember that the month that Disgaea 5 came out, that was also the same month that they launched either ARMS or Splatoon 2. But, like, that month they had, like, a tentpole title that they leaned on that was, you know, in-house developed. The only month last year that they leaned on a third-party title
Was Rabbids, right?
Rabbids. Well, I guess also in May, they're like, pleased to be excited in Street Fighter 2, the Ultra Challengers final $40 version of Street Fighter 2. But yeah, like, so 2 months last year they leaned on third-party titles, which were August with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for a tentpole, and then May for overpriced Street Fighter 2. So I don't see, like, a NIS title getting promoted to that kind of level of importance, because they got to keep the hype train going. So my guess is we'll probably see, like, those Kirby and Yoshi games sooner than later. My guess is both of those will be out before E3.
Ooh. I'm down for that. I'll play.
Okay, Rocky, is it a Smash re-release of Smash 4 with more characters?
No.
Or is it
New Smash?
New Smash?
New Smash!
It's been, what, 2 years since Smash 4 released, right?
Isn't it longer?
I feel like it came out 2016.
Oh, no way.
It might be 15, but it's definitely not before that.
I've got bad news for you.
What up?
Super Smash Bros. For Wii U came out in 2014.
14? Holy shit! Okay, then yeah, New Smash.
New
That's probably what's
Smash!
happening. New Smash. She's right. But, like, Sakura is not going to touch it, which, you know, like, the Smash community is going to be happy about, but, like, who else is running this shit? Like, what's happening? But they teased it, like, with the GameCube peripheral working on the Switch, and
the one that they claimed was a total surprise that worked. Like, we're baffled.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one.
Oh, man. Yeah, I wonder who's going to be leading development on the new Smash.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. And they haven't mentioned anything about it. Like, and if they announce it, like, soon, like, if it's going to come out, like, this year, like, in that space, if they're really going to do that, like, someone it has to have been in cycle for at least, like, 2 years or something.
I mean, they basically, last year, they kept getting questions about, is there going to be, after the Switch came out, is there going to be Smash on Switch? Is there going to be Smash on Switch? And they were like, well, we know you're asking about it. So, like, duh, there's going to be Smash on Switch, but it's more of a question of when. And I bet that's a next year title. Teaser announced at E3. That's going to be where my money goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like new Smash and
Animal Crossing,
Fire Emblem, that's a pretty good tentpole for the year.
Animal Crossing.
Please, Animal Crossing. That's all I'm asking y'all.
Please.
My guess is that we're going to see next year's tentpoles be Animal Crossing and Metroid.
That's real. I believe it, because there is Metroid Prime 4 coming.
Yup. So I think that like this year seems likely to be like Fire Emblems and the fuck you Smash Brothers mic drop being like the two biggest titles. Like if you want to like make it analogous to last year, your Zelda and Mario of this year are Fire Emblem and Smash.
Okay, I'm cool with that. That sounds like a vibe.
And then next year it's Metroid and Animal Crossing.
That's my guess.
Sweet.
That's my gut.
I'm down.
With like some bullshit here and there and some what we would call like Nintendo B tier, Nintendo A minus tier.
Well, are we getting?
Like,
you
hey,
were also
everybody.
saying that we're getting a new Zelda in 2 years.
Yes, I firmly believe that. Now, this stuff about them going out there and getting permission to use pull quotes related to Link Between Worlds makes me worried that what is actually happening is that like the way that they're going to immediately feed the Zelda community is a re-release of Link Between Worlds for Switch.
Link Between Worlds was beautiful, so like I'm down with that. But you know what would be better? A sequel to Link Between Worlds.
Ooh, like a Majora's Mask spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. Where maybe it's not a sequel; it's a prequel sequel.
I think that they're probably going to devote more
Prequel sequel.
Yeah, but if they want to devote more resources to getting another full like 3D Zelda out sooner than later, then like they're going to take people off of like doing a full 2D game, which would normally be what was happening. Like that Legend of Zelda. What was it called? Like fucking Triforce Heroes. What was the thing where it's like you could play this 1 player or 3 player and not have fun in either mode?
Triforce Heroes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which was a spin-off of Four Swords Heroes.
Yeah,
right.
Four Swords was more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triforce Heroes, not so much.
You know what I really wish that, like, worked? Crystal Chronicles, actually. Like, it honestly didn't. Because it has, like, that same vibe of, like, when you miss, like, a session of D&D and then everyone comes back with, like, new and better shit and they're, like, a level above you. And, like, that was, like, painfully, like, obvious in, like, Crystal Chronicles. Especially since, like, the way that it worked was that your character had, like, a parent that had a particular trade, and, like, everyone was depending on everyone else's, like, character and, like, trade to, like, develop. And so, like, if someone missed a week, then, like, that person was, like, a week behind, which means their parent was a week behind, which means everyone couldn't get the current stuff because of that character. Yeah. That was... But, like... The game itself, like, if everyone always showed up and everyone was always playing, like, me and my brothers, we played it. We only had 3 SPs in, like, a normal Game Boy Advance, if I remember correctly. And, like, we did it because, like, there were 4 of us, which is why, like, the GameCube was our vibe. But for a lot of people, it really didn't. And that kind of sucked. And, like, soloing that game is doable. It's just tough and nowhere near as fun.
Man.
I just had a realization of what one of the Switch titles might be. So you know how they announced that My Hero Academia Fighter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
You think that? I feel like Sony would have like their claws in that. You know, like, but I don't know. It'd be cool. I'm interested. I'd love a portable My Hero Academia fighter because it looks wacky as shit.
I know. It sounds like honestly, that sounds like a great place for My Hero Academia is portable fighter. Couldn't you see the halls of the next major convention you're at lined with people with Switches playing the My Hero Academia fighter portably in the hallway of a con, dressed up like My Hero Academia people? I can see it so clearly. Like, that's the thing that would actually happen. Oh, God, it'd be so good. I'm down. Nintendo, get on it. You're probably already on it.
All right. One last question about this Nintendo Direct, which is going to be either the 11th or the 16th. So, the last time Nintendo had a Direct, one of the things that happened was like a bunch of like surprise third-party announcements. They're like, hey, surprise, LA Noire, hey, surprise, Doom, hey, surprise, Wolfenstein 2. And that still hasn't come out yet for Switch. Yeah. So, like, what other, like, batshit crazy third-party announcements do you think are coming as part of, like, the next Direct? Like, Nintendo made a point recently of saying that 2K games, Bethesda, EA are not done supporting the Switch. They called them all out by name in a recent statement. Like, do you see anything in particular coming from these? Because, like,
Fallout.
I have a wish list.
Fallout's really big, though.
Fallout
I'm not sure.
port. LA Noire was real big.
Okay, also, I do know that Persona 5 Q2 is coming to the Switch. I know that's Atlas. It's different, but, like...
Yeah.
Still counts.
What do you guys think about Red Dead Redemption 1?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Right in time for Red Dead Redemption 2? Ooh.
That would
I could see a whole bunch of people who would double dip if they had Red Dead back in the day, be willing to buy Red Dead again.
Yeah. People love Red Dead.
Yeah. I could see that. A double now available Red Dead Redemption. Also available in the whenever it's released, Red Dead Redemption 2. Haha. Nice.
I'd be really interested in like an original Evil Within port.
I think that that's a good call. I think that Bethesda could definitely make some money on the Switch with an Evil Within port. Like, I think that game could find new life there. From 2K, it is BioShock's 10th anniversary.
Oh my god. Original BioShock on the Switch, though?
Or even if what they did was they ported, like, say, BioShock 1 and Infinite to the Switch, if they're like, now you can fucking kill big daddies on the go.
Nice.
Especially since one of the great broken promises of all time from a developer was when 2K promised BioShock for the Vita and then never made good on that. Like, they sent Ken Levine out on stage at E3. He held up a Vita and said there was going to be a BioShock for the Vita.
Maybe they poured that BioShock instead to the Switch.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that they spent like 2 years on that BioShock for Vita and then never released it.
I think you found it. I think you figured out the secret.
That's the ongoing support from 2K games, like BioShock Vita, or now BioShock Switch. EA, I think there's really mainly one thing I want to see from them. That's it on the Switch. They're still in detention. Mm-hmm. They still have to stare at the wall. But if EA said to me, look, Brian, you can play Burnout Paradise on your Switch.
Oh, man. That actually sounds kind of dope. I'd be interested.
Exactly.
I mean, they're still in the corner and whatever, but like... This isn't bad.
So fingers crossed. That's my third party wish list for the Switch. You know, like people could definitely get some money out of me if they're like Red Dead, you know, BioShock, Burnout Paradise. I'm like, all right, take my money, please. Well, guys, I think that does it for news. We've decided to roll out a new segment on the show, which I believe what we're calling it is just what bullshit came out on Steam today.
Did we decide this while I was sick? Because I don't remember this.
It was while you were sick.
Okay.
And also, I think we should just call it Steam Today.
All right.
Maybe we should call it Steam Rollout. Just like a steamroller?
Steamroller? Yeah. We'll workshop the name. We'll figure out what it's called. But Brian, what came out on Steam today, man?
Well, we're dodging a bullet because it's, you know, at this point, like 11 a.m. Western, you know, or I guess 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So we don't yet have the full glut of everything that came out today. So I will preface this by saying yesterday, 61 games came out on Steam.
Jesus.
Shit.
Yeah. So we're not doing yesterday, obviously, but so far today, 5 games have come out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Dodge. It looks terrible. The description of Dodge reads, use your mouse to move around the game area, avoiding cubes. Then just the letter E. Getting the highest score you can set. Your score only depends by your reflexes and skills. So if you lose, the bad is all yours. Enjoy.
Wow.
Yep. Actually says here, this game is powered by Game Maker Studio, where you have to avoid cubes to survive as long as you can. Like, this looks like amazing trash. The Trial of Witch, not Trial of the Witch, just the Trial of Witch. In big orange letters on the product descriptions page, it says, English language not supported.
Oh.
This product does not have support for your local language.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
What language is it in?
Let's see here. This appears to be Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got Ye Feni, Revenge of the Evil Good Shepherd.
Okay.
Which says it is a top-down action-adventure shooter with progressive story told through 90s-style cutscenes, crisp graphics, crazy enemies, insane boss battles, and all that important 90s-style soundtrack to keep you pumped. The important part about why this one is terrible is this game appeared to have originally launched on Steam on December 1st, but the developer just took the game down and then put it back up, so that way it would show back up in the new release section.
Ugh.
Yeah, so dirty pool. RC Fun City.
Okay.
Which appears to be a game which is entirely an asset flip with stuff from the Unity store. RC Fun City is single-player simulation game about radio-controlled vehicles. The game is constantly evolving. Yep. And then the most recent update that he posted, you know, like an hour or two after the game went live, is to tell people how they could find their license key because the game isn't launching for people.
Wow.
Yep. Steam, everybody. And then our last new release of the day, so far, again, is Raceland. Raceland is the best car racing game for racing enthusiasts. Drift, change your vehicle, and start the race. In the vote, you must first use the tool you control and use it. Complete the chapters, earn the money, and unlock the locked vehicles.
It's a bad 90s cartoon.
It is also entirely an asset flip.
Earn the money! Unlock the vehicles!
I'm reading the most recent review of Raceland.
Mm-hmm.
One track and the cars cannot turn left.
No.
All right. So That's right, everybody. Video games, everybody. Steam. So we're enjoying... That's something that we'll continue to do with you going forward, which is talking to y'all about what's come out on Steam the day that we're recording, because, oh, geez. Yikes.
Because, oh, geez, yikes.
Because oh, geez,
anything in the mailbag this week?
Yeah, I got a lot of well wishes. Thank you. I'm feeling much better, as you can tell. Even though I still don't have a ton of voice. I appreciate it.
Cool. And it seems we got a review on Facebook.
Nice.
From an Oscar Garcia. Cool. It reads, I finally caught up with Video Game and Stuff podcast, Impossible Coin from 2017. Although at times I became impatient with the occasional droning off of topics, I'm quite happy with the time I spent listening to Brian, Rocky, and Tegan. At this period in my life, I still love video games, and I still love hanging out with friends. But as I slowly get older and gain more responsibilities along with experiences, I have less time to do those things that I love. So I really appreciate these people that I've never met, and Rocky Hardy, in giving me that feeling of talking games with my friends. As for Impossible Coin's Game of the Year 2017 episodes, I'm thoroughly enjoying the passionate articulation mixed in with some cathartic swear words. Hashtag Impossible Coin.
Sweet.
And he links the page.
Aw, thanks.
Thank you, Oscar.
I'm glad you appreciate our occasional swearing. I also still haven't listened to that episode where I freak out about Zelda. I am ashamed, but I'm also not ashamed at all.
There are a couple of those, Tegan. Like, to be honest.
That episode.
Alright, so guys, you know, be like Oscar. Leave us reviews. Try to focus them on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, but, you know, get them to us however you can. There's music at the beginning and end of this podcast. It's produced by Kevin N.A. His latest project, Spirit, is now available on Apple Music, Spotify, and Google Play. If you don't want to send us a review, if you want to say something smaller to us, just send it to us through our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. All Impossible Coin. We are excited to announce Monster Hunter Mondays coming soon. We have a Twitch channel, also Impossible Coin. And we're going to see about actually getting some edited episodes up of that on YouTube as well. But we will have more details as we get closer to that launch. We're going to get Tegan a bit of beta time in the coming weeks. I believe the weekend before the launch, the weekend of the 19th, I believe, is the last beta weekend that they're doing. So we're going to get Tegan a little bit of time, presumably on Dual Blades and Bow, before we actually get the launch date of the 26th. We'll hopefully be able to see you that Monday, if not the first Monday in February. We'll let you guys know.
Very cool. I will impress upon you, good folks, we don't ask much of you. We really don't. But please, 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 an iTunes review. I will get you a buttered biscuit. I will mail you a buttered biscuit. Come on. Please.
Please don't send anything buttered in the mail. Please send the butter packaged. I mean, Jesus.
So guys, if you want a biscuit from Brian, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good biscuit. I mean, he is from Virginia. Like, just leave us an iTunes review. We'll get it to you.
We're very serious. Well, guys, I think that's a show. I've been Brian Cartwright.
I'm Tegan Somerset.
And I'm Rocky Hardy.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.